Time to play some good Miner's Haven today. So, what's the leaderboards looking like? Oh? Seems reasonable. I mean, I get 10 million ease. I think the game needs to be fixed because that isn't the right anything. I don't think 10 million lives is possible. I don't even think 100,000. 100,000 isn't very possible either. But that's not what today's video is about. I just wanted to show that because that is very interesting, to say the least. What I wanted to show today was actually speaking of rebirthing, which is kind of why I showed that as well. Just like, yeah, that's real. I was just going to show my current rebirth setup, which it might be somewhat useful to some of you. So, I don't know how you'll feel about it, but this is what I'm currently rebirthing with. So if you all just want to check it out and see if there's anything that might be of use to you, here you go. Now the thing is, I need the only thing I buy in this setup is the center conveyor, which is fairly important. So this works with cells, right? I mean, it's a little overkill, but it works. I will never get used to this GUI or the shop being its own separate thing, and the rebirth as well. Now, where is it? Should be up here. Yep. Now I use an astral setter to start, just in case it actually does like upgrade the ore. Then I use a true overlord device, and the quantum refiner and clockwork are better to use than the quantum, than the quantum clockwork is. I tested it myself. When I ran it through just this on an iron mine, I got 4.95k for the quantum clockwork, and then I replaced it with this and I got 7k. So I don't know if I did anything weird there or what, but this is obviously better, it seems. Now, I'm just going to tell you straight up what money I should be expecting. I think SPTG was what I got last time. I got OCTG. So unless something changes this time... Oh yeah, it could, because if I actually press the lightning bolt refiner all the times, which will be included in the setup, it's kind of an all-out rebirthing setup that requires no shop item upgraders, but it does... At least the conveyor at least guarantees that it'll be centered all the time, because there's a high chance it won't be otherwise, which is why you're gonna want it. So, refiner, I'm lost in this. I should probably save this. There we go. Get the pumpkin hero. And by the way, if you're curious how I remember this so precisely, I always have an image of it so I remember. So when I built this, because clearly I will forget. I forget like half the stuff I build. So that's why I have an image that you guys can't see, but it's there. I mean, realistically, if I don't even have to make this video, I could just do the image, but like actually building it could be better. It does include a lot of exotics though, but you can always do it without the exotics. It's not like your money's going to be 1 billion times worse if you don't include every single thing I have here. Like the typical items, like I would consider the Twitch scanner to be one. The lightning bolt refiner, basically these and this you should like guaranteed have. I mean this is fairly new, but it's only good if you have the Santa Sleigh. I mean this is heavily built around my items. And then I just use some professional upgraders as well. It's just a tiny bit of extra spice. I just wanted to fill in the space with something. I put the spore here. Don't ask me why. I use an Ortixicator because, you know, what if it actually does something? And then I turn it. Which I'm actually going to put a reversible conveyor here for the meantime. Make that 2. And just in case, I'll put the last conveyor there. That might not be a good idea, because I need to fit this in here still. And then, Tesla, because it's going to be looped 3 times. And that's the big part about this. Because if you don't loop it, there's no point in having this. And now we are stuck with the waiting game. So in the meantime, I think I'm going to power this up. So there's some updates coming down the line for Miners Haven pretty soon, and I'm hoping they're decent. I mean, I hope it has another exotic, because I've been building up quite a box collection, and I could test every single one of these boxes for their worth. I believe the spectral boxes will be pretty decent. Oh, the ores are finally starting to get... I might want to do this now before a tragedy happens. I go to conveyor it the other way and there's no teleporter there. That'd be a good thing to happen. It wouldn't be. So, I believe this lightning bolt refiner should hold its own. I mean, obviously an easy way to do this is... This is if you're, like, heavily involved in the game. Like, this is an all-out setup to use every single time. I mean, I was going fairly slow at building that, and I still managed to build it all before this was even done. That should be enough on the lightning bolt upgrader. You might want to switch to the final upgrader just to get it ready. By the way, this is like a Schrodinger. I didn't know that up until now. It acts like a Schrodinger. Because it has a chance of killing your ores, so that's why... When I did some setups, I was like, why is it when I use a single ore, it just disappears? This is a Schrodinger, kind of, because of how powerful it is. Yeah, I might want to fix that, because I'm killing ores. And I actually don't need it used. So there we go. Then you use the final upgrader, making sure it's facing the right way it is. And it's fairly dark, but these ores have a very convenient texture that makes them extremely visible. These are the only ones I'm going to wait for. Grand Christmas Tree, which is still insanely powerful. But I'm not going to complain. Yep, there's only 2 left. There was 3. But now there's 2. So beware, you might want to use a few ores, and not just a singular one. So, QTTG, pretty sure these will be more. SPTG, alright. This one, if it went through the final upgrader, it's going to be OCTG. But if not, SPTG is still a lot. This is the setup that is exclusive for Rebirth. Yeah, OCTG. This is my biggest, like, highest money setup. That's, like, with no involvement on shop upgraders, which is pretty good. However, obviously, you all watching this will probably not have every single item here. But I'd venture to guess at least quite a bit of you have at least some collection of the items. I mean, if you don't have the evolved Reborns and the Reborn Fusion items themselves, and a very powerful furnace, not this one exactly, then you won't be able to do this setup anyway. But this is for... I mean, this is still useful for a decent amount of people, so... I'd say it's good. If I remember correctly, I get 7 rebirths with this. Yep. So that's my current rebirth setup. Let me know what you all think about it. I don't know if I forgot any upgraders that I could have used on it, because I have a lot of things. The Hopeless Bog I didn't use, but that's because it's very inconvenient not seeing your ores. Because I wouldn't know where they're going unless I used an ore tracker, which I do not want to put in my setup just for an extra 8 times. Because it wouldn't do anything for me. Wouldn't make me skip another life. So, I hope you all enjoyed this. I'll see you all next time.